Today I'm going to explain you how to use OneLink management by AppsFlyer in order to create your influencer marketing campaign. It's really easy to find it. You go into Engage, OneLink, and you can basically select any feature you want, email to app, custom experience, and you can even rename your media source if you want to. So for this, I'm going first to speak about influencer marketing and how I launched my hundreds of influencers, for instance, when I was working at Product Madness. So first, you want to rename your media source. Usually, I call it influencer marketing, but you can call it whatever you want. Depending on your business goal, you want also to enable re-engagement because influencer marketing is not only for new users, but is also to reactivate your user base and maybe to share with them some update on your product, some promo code or some new exciting thing that will make them bring back. You can also customize your URL. So it's something that will help you to make it more native and help the influencer to make the message be more organic. What I really like as well is that you can have custom pages on the preview, which is really convenient if the influencer is sharing it on social posts. Because when you are sharing it on social posts, you have this little preview, and if it looks like your brand, it's a bit making it less organic. What you want to make sure is that the message is looking as much organic as you can, and that's why actually really often it's advised to leave the lead to the influencer. But you still need to have a good script, and in order to have a good script, you need to have really good communication with your influencer. So on the link, I really enjoy as well that you can have a preview page because it helps you to have really personalized campaigns. And you can also use deep link in order to redirect in your games in specific offer that, for instance, you may have. So it's the ideal scenario when you have a full funnel, for instance, with a custom product page that is added and AppsFlyer is totally covering it. You can have your preview link that is customized. You can have a landing page that is customized, but you can also have a store custom product page, Apple or Google, that is customized, and end of the funnel, mid funnel, you can redirect them in your game with the deep link value in your game, and it's really what I enjoy the most. Then about tracking, influencer marketing can totally be tracked. There is some misconception that it can't, but it's absolutely not true. You can predict the amount of install, and you can also track the install that you have. You want to make sure as well your conversion window is quite long because you have what you call a snowball effect. So sometimes it can come 30 days, even sometimes 90 days after the post has been published, that you are going to have a big spike in install. So make sure it's wide enough at the maximum, I will say, in order to be sure you can track. On all the parameters I add in my link, usually I add my channel, I add also my brief, what brief it was. It's recommended to have wave of influencers that are launched one by one. So for instance, if you have an end of year campaign, it's really advised if you have a nano-influencer to launch them all in at least 2-3 days, that are the same, that around the same date. Why? Because it will uplift your organic, it will also increase your awareness, and you will have a much bigger amount of people in the store, and it will increase your chances actually to get a lot of installs. So I really recommend, if you work with nano-influencer, to have like 50 nano-influencer that you launch during the same week, ideally for the weekend, because it's where the attention span is the widest. So what I like a lot as well is this short URL feature from AppsFlyer. It's really convenient and it really helps a lot. So on the parameter I will add in my URL from AppsFlyer, it's really what is regarding the wave, also the source, so the channel name. I would also add the budget, so how much is the price of it, the category of the influencer. So then when you aggregate the data, you can see the conversion rate per influencer, the subcategory, the format that you are running, if it's a pre-roll, mid-roll, the duration, if you can, for instance, is also super interesting. Don't forget that the link is going to redirect to iOS, Android, but also desktop. So you need to make sure to have something that is redirecting there, and it's definitely something that you can do with AppsFlyer, so it's really convenient. So my top tips for creative regarding influencer is that you need to start with a eye catcher in the first 3 seconds. The ad must be the first thing in the video if you can. For me, pre-roll worked much better than mid-roll, and it should be really straightforward, look really native. You should have a bit of gameplay as well that is shown, and also, like, it needs to be mentioned, of course, if you are working with YouTube, that your link is in the description. It needs to be a bit emotional. So, for instance, the influencer to share, if you want to support my channel, please click on the link, go to try it, so it helps me to achieve this, and so on. The Let's Play video are working really well. And you should always predict actually and calculate which influencer can be a fit or not, and how much to pay for it. So for instance, you have some category like cars, entertainment, that are going to have a much different CVR than some other. Once you have your media plan, you are going to be able to have the price per video per influencer, the median views, and based on this, you are going to estimate your CVR. When it's the CVR, it's going to be what is going to lead from view to install. My recommendation is to take the weakest CVR if it's your first campaign from an ad network CPI campaign without any targeting. So you can estimate the average CPI that you will reach with this influencer. All of this is really easy to do with AppsFlyer, and I actually launched all my influencer marketing campaign with this deep linking system, with having, of course, tracking of each of those. I had some really nice success, and I think it's a really good way to go if you want to either work with affiliation or creator content marketing. I hope you had a good one. If you like it, please subscribe and give me a like. I really appreciate your support, and have a good day.